What's up, folks? What's going on? It's your boy, the Ultimate B-Man, and I'm here to check out another game here in the fighting arcade. But it's pretty obvious what it is if you saw the first part of the video, which I'm sure you did. You're about to see this awesome little opening CG opening here to this video game. Probably the best one I've seen.
Godzilla!
I'm here to mainly do some post commentary over this game, this awesome Godzilla game, because a lot of things happened this past month and last month, and I never got around to talking about it. Mainly Comic-Con stuff, but I'm not going to talk about everything in Comic-Con. I mainly want to talk about only two things, and they mainly involve this, you know, what you're seeing right now, mainly involving the big G himself, Godzilla. And, I just wanted to touch bases about the 2014 movie, which kind of got my eyebrow raising right now, more or less. And also talk about another movie called Pacific Rim, which I heard about, which is coming out next year, you know, a year before Godzilla does. So, I guess I might want to start off with Pacific Rim. Well, I'm not for sure what Pacific Rim's about too much. I saw the interview on D4 with hope I don't mess up his name, Guillermo del Toro. He's the director of this movie, which is basically about like giant robots and monsters and stuff like that, and that the human beings created these robots to fight off monsters and stuff that try to destroy cities and stuff like that. It seems like a really good idea. I think it's gonna be pretty cool. They're kind of focusing on the human aspect of the movie, which is real good. But I hope they don't do too much of that. I had to take a moment here. I had to apologize because right here I don't select any monsters, because I realized I did not unlock all the monsters here, so I had to go to the little Godzilla store and purchase like Destroyer and Mecha-Gearus, Mecha-King-Ghidorah, and Baragon. So then, you know, everything's all good and gravy. But anyway, back to the movie. Pacific Rim seems like a really good movie to go see before the whole big Godzilla stuff happens the year after that. But I think I'm looking forward to seeing some more about it and whatnot. But let's get on to the main attraction of, you know, the main reason I created this video is to talk about the big boy himself, Godzilla. Big lean green machine. Now, I'm probably one of the million big Godzilla fans. I mean, I can go all day having a whole conversation. I mean, shoot, if you told me to write an essay report about Godzilla, I think I would get like A+++ on it. That's just how much I'm into Godzilla. I mean, he's the king of the monsters. I mean, no one can equal up to him. No Dracula, Jason, Freddy, you know, or any monster you can think of, or horror movie monster can equal to Godzilla. He defies horror. I mean, he's a giant atomic bomb. He's a living, breathing atomic bomb. There's nothing more scarier than that. So, you know, he can beat anybody, anything that comes near him, as you can plainly tell from looking at Anguirus here. But anyway, the new Godzilla 2014 movie. Now, at first it was 2012, but then I guess they realized that was just too early, or they just wasn't necessarily giving a real exact date on when the movie actually was going to come out. Which was, for me, when I heard about that, I was kind of like, oh, that sucks so bad. I mean, I was getting hyped up during 2012. I was like, oh, snap, a new Godzilla movie. You know what I'm saying? Because Godzilla hadn't been around for a while, and buddy, a while. Literally, a while. And, you know, I've been hoping for him to make a big comeback return, and I think having him a brand new movie seems like a really good idea. But what really got me kind of raising my eyebrow a lot is mainly because it's going to be an American-made Godzilla film. Legendary Pictures is going to be hosting the Godzilla movie. The movie's being directed by Garth Edwards. Writers are David Goyer and Max Bernstein. One of the guys out of the three that I just named, Garth Edwards, is the guy who made the Monsters movie. Now, I saw that movie, like, I don't know how long, it was like maybe a year or two ago. Saw it on Redbox one day, and I was like, oh, new monster movie, I think this might be pretty good. Better than some of the sci-fi movies, monster movies I've been seeing. So it was just terrible. And I saw that movie. I don't know necessarily what was the meaning of the movie, but no offense to anybody who's a big fan of the movie or actually really liked the movie. I don't think I was that too much of a big fan of it. I mean, you know, I just felt like the movie just didn't hit its point, because the thing was, it's like it advertised that there's going to be monsters in it, and there were monsters in it, but it just wasn't like, yes, you know what I'm saying, like some real monster action or something like that, like military fighting these giant beasts and stuff like that. No, the story was way off from that, and it focused mostly on these two people throughout the entire movie, and to me, I just didn't get it. I guess I was supposed to actually sit there and actually, you know, try to get the meaning of it. There was a lot about pollution and nuclear waste and stuff like that, and, you know, all that gumbo. But my thing was, where are the cool badass monsters? If you don't believe me, if you haven't seen the movie, go check it out. Depending on what type of a person you are about it, you might like it, you might not. But anyways, when I heard he was going to be directing the movie, I don't know, because that's what got me right there, was that, you know, one of the guys, because when I heard one of the guys that did wrote The Dark Knight was going to be in it, and I was like, this might be good. And then I heard about, you know, Garth Edwards. Man, no disrespect to the man. I mean, he's good. I mean, he's pretty good. He gets you, you know, looking. But you know, when I saw monsters, I don't know what I was expecting. That's my whole thing. But everybody who's gonna be involved in the Godzilla movie are real big Godzilla fans, and I don't think they're gonna mess it up. You know what I'm saying? You know, because my thing is that this is gonna be an American-made Godzilla film. And the last American-made Godzilla film, everybody made fun of it. Literally, everybody made videos about it, talked about how terrible it was. I mean, I was young at the time when I saw that movie. I was like, about 12 or so. and I saw that movie, and I was like, what in the world was that? Godzilla was a giant iguana. He laid eggs. He breathed fire. He ran away from the military. He ate fish, which I do believe he does actually eat fish, but not like that. He doesn't go around herding it, you know, just eating it like an oversized cow and then going back to go feed his young. You know what I'm saying? It's like a freaking documentary or something like that of a giant monster than an actual monster movie, more or less. And, you know, I will agree with everybody who said it paid a lot more tribute to Jurassic Park, and pretty much it did, because during that same time, I think Jurassic Park came out, The Lost World came out like maybe a year or two before that movie came out. I'm not for sure, but it played homage to it, and that the fact that I saw that, I was, and I just kept, and then like a couple of days late, like a year later, Godzilla 2000 came out, and Japan was like, Toyo was like, this is how you make a Godzilla film, idiots. And I was like, that's right, you show them. That's all I gotta say about it. And it was in theaters too, and it clearly outdid the 1999 version. Now, I hope the same thing doesn't happen to this movie. I mean, it's got a lot riding on it, and that the fact that we gotta wait for about an entire, you know, year or two before it actually comes out kind of bites a little bit, but hopefully we'll get trailers and stuff sooner, and soon, because I was really disappointed at Comic-Con. I didn't go to Comic-Con, I mainly watched it on TV, but I was really pissed off, like everybody else, who talked about how people that went to Comic-Con were the only ones who got to see the Godzilla trailer. Only got to see who was in it, I guess. I don't know. I'm pretty sure the trailer wasn't even that long, and whatever they saw. And as far as they got only like a picture of Godzilla in a shadow form over smoke. I mean, as far as I know of, I was like, you know, the moment Comic-Con was over with, I immediately tried to find that trailer and try to find out anything about it. So far, no one has come clean with it, so I'm pretty sure somebody would end up taking it down as quick as possible. Legendary Studios, pretty sure, made sure nobody was gonna make a, you know, send anything of that movie anywhere. So pretty sure they had that on lockdown just so nobody would spoil Godzilla unless you had to be there. But still, you know, the world wants to know that these guys are doing it right, and that's what I need. I need to know if they're doing it right, but I need to see. I don't need to see a smoke cloud of Godzilla, because that's my thing. I hope they don't hide Godzilla in the actual movie. Throughout the entire movie, they hide him, and I hate that about most of the monster movies nowadays. And even during that time where they spent majority of the movie just showing like silhouettes and you know, claws and feet of the monster, and then like right in the middle of the movie they finally show it, but then it's like all that hype is gone because it took too long. And that's the same thing with me. I hope they don't take too long with the trailer. Hopefully by the end of this year they'll show us something, or sometime next year they'll show us some more stuff about this movie, because it really is getting to me, you know. And because I just want to know that they're doing the right thing. I mean, Godzilla's roar's got to be packed down. His atomic blue breath, not red. Although Godzilla 2000 did a cool job with the atomic fire red atomic breath, but I would rather have him as the traditional blue. And he's got to be green, lean, and mean. He's got to take on the military. He's got to be a walking tank, a moving, destructive machine. I mean, the 99 version ran away from, Zilla ran away from the military, and he didn't blow atomic breath. He blew fire like a dragon. And that the fact that he looked like an oversized iguana only made things even worse. Because, it was like, why is this guy? This is not Godzilla. So he roars kind of like Godzilla, but it's not quite Godzilla. So I really didn't know much about what I was expecting out of it, but that movie, it can't be. You can't mention that movie anymore to me. It's kind of hard for me to actually like sit down and watch that movie. I have it in my collection, and enough talking about it. Anyway, back to the 2014 movie. Now, my thing, a lot of people are debating and discussing most of the time, is what story are they going to go with in this new Godzilla movie? Is he going to be solo? Is he going to fight another monster? What is it? What I think they should do, seeing how this is going to be the first Godzilla movie, and considering how almost all the Godzilla movies pay homage to the very first Godzilla film, why not just do another Godzilla 1954 similar to it? I don't want a wild manly reporter reporting all the action or nothing like that, because you can't match Raymond Burr as Steve Martin running around in Tokyo watching Godzilla demolish buildings. You just can't imitate that. My main thing is that I want to see Godzilla as a walking, terrifying monster. I mean, most of the campy Godzilla movies kind of dimmed him down a little bit. Basically it was like this. The 1954 version was scary, literally scary. I was scared to my teeth looking at that movie most of the time, but I couldn't stop looking at it. That's how cool it was. But then came the campy films where Godzilla wasn't looking so mean anymore. He was more like a superhero. But then eventually they made him mean looking again, more terrifying, had a more deeper roar and everything, like he grew up or something. And it was great. And then 99, whatever, and then the 2000 versions, and then so on. But mainly I hope that the story's pretty good. Hopefully they got some real good actors to play in this movie. I mean, not just people who've already been in Godzilla films, but mainly maybe some new faces or something. I don't necessarily know what the location of the movie's going to be held at. I don't know. I didn't look too much into that. If anybody knows, let me know in the comments. But I don't know where exactly it's going to be held at, though. That's another thing too. Is it going to go back to his hometown in Japan? Is he going to be in Chicago or something like that? Who knows? But wherever it is, hopefully it's just good. That's what I want to see. And also, should Godzilla go up against another monster in this new film? Should he? I'm not for sure. Considering my whole concept is just to have him by himself rather than having him teaming up with another monster. Because the thing about it, the 99 version had the same idea. I mean, Toho gave TriStar the rights to use like other monsters like the Griffin or King Ghidorah and stuff like that. If you look it up, they had the opportunity to use another monster in the film, but they didn't do it, which was completely lame to me. But one monster I think they should use, maybe Anguirus, from Godzilla raids again, but then again, Anguirus is not that much of a big powerhouse monster. Sorry about that. Kind of dropped something there. But anyways, Anguirus is a I don't know about Anguirus. He was one of the very first monsters Godzilla actually fought. I don't know. He might be pretty good for a starter. Then there's always Godzilla's biggest foe out of all the movies. And it's not his robot. It's King Ghidorah. King Ghidorah is by far Godzilla's rival. King Ghidorah is been in just about every single Godzilla movie, in more Godzilla movies than any other monster that you can name off the bat of your head. Because King Ghidorah had always been the main boss at the end of a Godzilla film, and Godzilla always had to go toe to toe with that thing. Three-headed dragon that shoots electricity out of its mouth clearly made Godzilla go into a standstill. And I would like to see something like that. Maybe they use aliens or something like that. Maybe an asteroid falls down, like in
Monsters Fight!
Ghidorah, the three-headed monster. Maybe they might try something like that. Maybe. As long as it fits well. If not, hopefully they do something. And hope they do something. Sorry about that again. And they mold this together somehow and kind of make this Godzilla work, somehow. I can't quite explain it because there's not a lot to work with here. Because I haven't seen anything as far as I know of. I mean, we've seen the poster art and we've seen pictures of what Godzilla may look like, and some people just don't shooting out fan art and whatnot. I don't know. Godzilla has a lot of foes and a lot of monsters to go one-on-one against. I would like to see them remake Godzilla vs. Biollante. I thought Biollante was probably by far one of the best looking Godzilla monsters ever. The fact that it was a giant plant based off his DNA, which is pretty badass. But I don't know. That sounds like a real good idea too. But only time will tell on whether Godzilla will have another monster fighting him or not. I doubt it. I doubt they're gonna do that because probably production cost or something junk like that, and they probably would have a lot more trouble having to develop another monster to go one-on-one with Godzilla. So they might just go with just Godzilla fighting the military. But we all know ultimately they can't win. They just can't. They can't win. No. You hear me, Legendary Pictures? No. Godzilla just doesn't. He beats the military. He destroys their. Oh man, got some slowdown there. I'm sorry about that. I don't know what the heck that was up. Anyways, he beats the military, and that's his main thing. I mean, Godzilla does not lose to the military, and I just hate going back to the '99 version, but that's a prime example of this whole discussion, this whole conversation here, because I have to keep looking at that, and that was basically the template right there. But they said that they won't do that, and they won't try anything like that. They'll stay traditional to the original Godzilla style and whatnot. So, I completely trust them, and I have a little faith in them in making a really good Godzilla film. But I won't put 2 thumbs up until I start seeing more of what it is they're working on. because you know right now us Godzilla fans are in the dark about this entire movie, and you know we don't know what Godzilla's gonna look like or what he's gonna do. So that's one of my big issues right here, right now, is the fact that I have just no idea. But yeah. So, you know, Godzilla 2014 movie. It's gonna take a minute before it gets here. But hopefully we'll get the trailer. You know, just gotta wait and see. But Legendary Pictures will hopefully do a good job. They do a pretty good job with most of their movies. So I ain't gonna get mad at them. But yeah, so that's kind of my thoughts on the Godzilla 2014 thing. You know, I figured I'd talk about it while I was, you know, showing you guys some gameplay of Godzilla Save the Earth, which is the second best. Well, no, actually I would say this would be the third best Godzilla game, because it has its flaws and issues, but, you know, Melee still would probably outdo this game. But in terms of monster-wise, this game's pretty good at it. But yeah, just wanted to mainly talk about the Godzilla 2014 movie and, you know, try to bother you guys and stuff like that. But if you have any idea on what's going on in this movie, or if you went to Comic-Con and you saw that trailer, please show yourself. Please make a video about what you saw. Kind of describe it. Tell us, does Godzilla sound like Godzilla? Does he stomp like he stomps? He better stand straight up like he used to, not crouching over like a T-Rex. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I just want to see it. You know, I want to see something. Something's got to come up eventually.
Godzilla 90s.
Here's a fight right here. This is what I'm talking about right here. King Ghidorah, biggest three-headed dragon thing I've ever seen in my life. That is a dragon. Now that's a real dragon. That's a badass right there. Now he needs to be in the new Godzilla. King Ghidorah would work. I don't know. I just had this feeling that King Ghidorah would be nice to have as a contender with Godzilla. So, hopefully when this movie comes out, hopefully they'll start, you know, paying attention when the King is back in place. Hopefully some of these sci-fi directors out there are making all these lame-ass sci-fi movies up there. Hopefully they'll look at that new Godzilla 2014 movie and kind of get an idea on what the heck they need to be doing. Oh yeah, also I forgot to mention that Godzilla is going to be in complete CG. Hopefully they do him right, do him justice. I saw that sunset on whatever Boulevard Street or whatever it is, and I saw that Godzilla thing where he was completely CGI, even though it was just him doing a cameo. It still looked pretty badass, and he looked scary. So you know, if Godzilla looks like that in the new 14, batten down the hatches, buddy. It's gonna be one hell of a fight. Yeah, just mainly wanted to talk about the movie, and just kind of get a discussion, join in the discussion about it. You know, because I've been seeing a lot of videos on YouTube about the Godzilla movie, but as far as I know, not too many people really, you know, most people do stay on top of the news and whatnot about the movie and try to, you know, keep people posted and updated on it. But, you know, I'll look more into it as the days go by, hopefully, that they'll actually start showing some stuff. And I don't care if you even have to just do a sneak peek. If they just show me his tail or his spines, I would love to see it. That's just all we're doing. He's coming. He's on his way. Godzilla's on his way. So, there ain't no doubt about it.
Fight!
You just gotta be patient. That's all. Man. remember this part right here. I realized I was in a lot of time right here in this fight. I was like, oh crap, I gotta try to get this done. I realized time was this. When the hell did King Ghidorah learn how to heal himself? I don't know. Couldn't heal himself from that. It's a one-hit KO. Atomic blue breath, baby. So that's another one. Just love that blue breath. Gotta love this game. This game is funny. My favorite giant monster. I think, you know what? I think somebody needs to make a Godzilla game. Another Godzilla game. I think Capcom needs to do it too. Godzilla versus the Monster Hunter monsters. That'd be pretty badass. Put that in your discussion, boys. Godzilla versus Logger Cruise. If you're a moron. King Ghidorah versus an oversized Quirpico with him. Or better yet, Quirpico versus Rodan. King Ghidorah would fight like Raphael and what he's saying. So I got a complete matchup on who would fight who. I think I'd like to see it be like Godzilla Primal Rage, kick-ass game.
You win.
But anyways, this is pretty much the end of the video here. Godzilla reigns triumphant yet again. So, but let me know in the comments what you think of the new Godzilla film. Are you excited? Are you disappointed? Just let me know. But I'll see you guys next time. It's your boy, the Ultimate B-Man. And all I gotta say is peace.